What's up, guys? The brand new Beetlejuice is coming out. I've never seen the original, so I thought for a first time watch I would review it, and we're gonna do that. So let's review 1988's Beetlejuice. Let's go. Beetlejuice stars Catherine O'Hara, Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis, Winona Ryder, and is directed by Tim Burton.
Let now the dead, shall we, come alive.
What's up, guys? Welcome to a catalog review. This is a patron request for Bronson Wright Wolf. Now, I just reviewed something for him, I think last week, but I just noticed that Beetlejuice is on his list for the month of October. And with the new movie coming out, I thought, you know what? I want to go ahead and watch this. And I like recording my reviews right after I watch stuff, so it's all fresh in my head. So I guess I'm doing an early review for Bronson for October for Beetlejuice. First time I've ever watched this movie. I've seen bits and pieces, you know, when you're like flipping through the TV and the movie pops up. So I know the Daylight Come scene. I've seen that scene before, which is hilarious. And I've seen some of the footage of like Michael Keaton in this movie, and because I haven't seen the whole movie, I always thought Michael Keaton was in the movie more than he is, but he's only in the movie like not even 15 minutes. And you can feel that when you're watching the movie, but I will say that's not really a con, because he's used at the perfect moment, and the other characters, they're just as compelling as he is. Well, I mean, it's Beetlejuice, the title character. Maybe they're not that compelling, but they carry the story just fine. And they're good characters. So anyway, let's give you a quick plot synopsis before we go any further. Glad I watched this because it'll give me kind of a frame of reference for watching the new movie. I love watching, even when I've seen a movie, I like rewatching the previous movie before. And this is, I mean, 1988, if I do my freaking Howard Stern math, 36 years. Could that be a record for the biggest distance between a part one and a part two? It's probably not. Well, you know what? Maybe Psycho. Am I right on that? Like Psycho, the first one's 60. No, I think this actually beats that in length, okay? Math wizards, correct me if I'm wrong. But plot-wise, you got Alec Baldwin, Gina Davis playing Adam and Barbara. They're this young couple in this house at the beginning of the movie. There's this accident, and they die. Again, that's at the very beginning of the movie, okay? And plus, this is a freaking 36-year-old movie. But you need to know that to set up what this whole movie is about. Because they are ghosts in the house, and then you got this like yuppie family coming in, just a bunch of asshole douchebags. Adam and Barbara, they're trying to scare them out of the house. You know, they don't want them there. I don't think they want anybody there, right? And you know, they're just very eccentric characters. But that's the whole movie, is really them just trying to get them out of the house. Now, the behind the scenes on this and how they came up with this story is really interesting to me, because I'm a massive fan of Poltergeist, right? It's one of my all-time favorite horror movies, which I haven't reviewed Poltergeist, by the way. That's crazy. They decided, hey, what if we took the story of Poltergeist and kind of flipped it? What if the ghosts were like the nice people, and what if the real people that are moving into the house are the scumbags? And I think that's a genius idea, and it makes for a perfect comedy. And the moments where the nice ghosts are trying to scare the occupants of the house, those are the funniest moments, because they don't really know how to scare people effectively. When they think, okay, this is it, I have scared them to death, there's no way they're going to stay here. Then, you know, the yuppie family, they say, we want to talk to the ghosts right now, okay? We're not having this. Winona Ryder, she always plays this type character, especially in the 80s, and she was perfect for these type characters. She plays Lydia, the daughter. The parents don't really pay her too much attention. She's got a chip on her shoulder. You know, just your average teenage girl with a gothy type. Like, did she start the whole goth movement? Like, did goth even... Well, I guess new wave music and Joy Division and all that stuff kind of created the goth movement. But Winona Ryder, I think she really, you know, kicked the door open for it. And, you know, she's perfect for Tim Burton movies. And she's done a couple of Tim Burton movies. It's funny because she develops kind of this kinship, this relationship with the ghosts. And she's almost like the mediator between the ghosts and, you know, the family, Catherine O'Hara. They're just a very eccentric family. and they're very rich. Catherine O'Hara plays Delia, and she wants to redesign the house as soon as she moves in, and so in the best Tim Burton fashion, she makes the house look just very eccentric. And of course, the ghosts, they don't like that, right? They want their house to be like it was. So you just got this like tug of war, this push and pull between the family and the ghosts. But I haven't even mentioned Michael Keaton as Beetlejuice yet. But I think that's a good thing, because you're so invested in this family that you don't really, like, I don't want to say you don't need Beetlejuice, but boy, when he comes into the picture, he's just a very infectious character. Michael Keaton actually came up with the whole getup of the outfit with the mold on his skin, then the frizzed out hair and everything. Just a very unique character. And I think they do a good job in not giving you too much of Beetlejuice's past, right? But he's brought in by the ghost because they need him to legitimately scare this family to get them out of there, and he's up for the task. But he's also up to no good. He's just very mischievous, and he wants to marry Lydia. He's always up to some kind of shenanigans, and the scenes with him, you could compare him to, like, you remember Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight, and how Heath Ledger, he's not really in the movie that much, but when he's in the movie, oh boy, does he, steal the scene. That's Michael Keaton in this movie. And from what I was reading, Michael Keaton pretty much improvised most of his lines in this. Just enough to keep the story going. He followed all the story beats, but he came up with all the, the physical comedy and everything during the movie. And man, he's just a breath of fresh air as the movie goes along. But I'll even say the funniest scene in the movie is the circling back, the Daylight Come. What's the name of that song? And I want to come home, and I want to go home. But that's the funniest scene in the movie, is when you got the family, they are being taken over by the ghosts, Adam and Barbara, and this is the way that they think they're going to really send it home and scare the crap out of them, but it really does nothing to the family whatsoever. But you get just a fantastic and hilarious dance sequence, and this is where great acting comes in, especially by Catherine O'Hara. She has to look like somebody that's being taken over by a ghost and forced into this dance. And so the way she can sell that is by her facial expressions. Her face has to tell you that she has no control over her body. And that's what sells the comedy. That's what really sends it home. And man, it's a hilarious scene. But this definitely has a couple of really great musical numbers in it. And even the closing credits, when Winona Ryder's being hoisted up into the air and doing that song. It's just infectious. And I learned something about myself from, I think, a few years ago, that I really do like good musicals, but I like it to be kind of half and half. Like if the whole movie's a musical, then it's you gotta really win me over. But if it's like, there's a couple of good musical numbers in a comedy, I tend to love that stuff. And like the recent Mean Girls remake, I guess you could call it a remake, but it's a full-on musical, and I actually I had a blast with it. So yeah, this is no different. But yeah, giving this a high purchase worthy for sure. Just such a fun Tim Burton movie. This came out the year before Batman, by the way. So Tim Burton wasn't Tim Burton at this time. He still had to kind of sell himself. And as a matter of fact, every actor in this movie, I think except for maybe one or two, they turned down the role the first time. So they had to be won over. You could not get a better cast in a movie like this. And it's so great that a few of them are returning for the new one. I don't know if this review is actually going to come out before the new movie. Probably not. It'll probably come out after. So, but yeah, just know that I haven't seen the new movie yet, and I'm really looking forward to it because of this experience. So yeah. So let me know what you guys think of the original Beetlejuice in the comments. Looking forward to hearing them. Also, be sure to come over to Killer Flicks, where we talk horror all day and every day. And on Fridays, we do Free for Fridays. Follow me at Drumdums on all my socials. Support me on Patreon. Become a channel member. Buy me a coffee. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a good day. Drumdum out.